Welcome back to Three Cousins Podcast, and for the last probably half hour, we've been having a very ripe video game discussion.
We did, and we didn't record it. It was off the cuff.
Yeah.
We were rehearsing. That's what we'll tell ourselves.
Sure.
Well, because our first episode, we were introducing ourselves, and all three of us, it wasn't even scripted, or like, make sure you mention you like them. All three of us had mentioned we like video games.
Right.
And then in that like hour and 20 minutes of our first episode, we never talked about video games. So I figured, let's just be dorky and just talk. I mean, our favorite shit. There's a lot of stuff coming out. Like E3 is in like less than a month. Evo, which I love fighting games, so I'm excited for Evo in July. But just, just chat about some games. We all love them. Like, boys, what's your favorite? If you had to pick overall series, not specific game, big specific game in that series, what do you got? Favorite series ever?
Grand Theft Auto.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Why? Because you're a
just
car guy?
the open world madness that you can do in that
I do
game.
like some Rockstar. I prefer some Red Dead. If I'm going Rockstar, I'm excited for the next Red Dead.
I like Red Dead, but just the car and the guns and
Derek's
the police,
a car and gun guy. For those of you that don't know, he likes just mechanical things that just work when you push a button. Like that's his thing.
Uh-huh. Well, that's what got me into physics. It's how does shit work?
Exactly. Well,
that's just fucking...
You're such a smart Grand Theft Auto player. What's your favorite Grand Theft Auto?
The newest, Grand Theft Auto 5.
The newest one. The newest one has.
Then it would be Vice
Didn't
City.
that break records?
Oh, it's
like
just
on sales or something.
Crushed everything.
They've
made I think like $1 billion off of it.
It sold insanely. And they did that cool thing with like cunning stunts or with the cars.
Yes.
And they did like the online where you do like verses. They added a lot of modes to that.
Oh yeah, they've made I think like 500 million off of the shark cards alone for the online.
I didn't know that much.
It's a lot.
So they're gonna be able to make whatever they want now. And not go under.
GTA 6 or whatever they're gonna make
GTA 6
next.
can suck and they'll be okay.
It's gonna be fun.
Red Dead 2. Hopefully they can take some time on now. They got the money.
I just think I like it because they you can tell they took the time to make it. Mm-hmm. They spent years developing it, and it's not just here's the next Assassin's Creed. Here's the next Assassin's. It's just
those yearly releases.
They took time. There's a lot in there.
Take notes, Ubisoft and EA. We don't like that shit.
We would prefer quality.
Yeah, I prefer, I'll wait,
Right.
Street Fighter's been around since the 80s. We're only on the 5th one.
Because, I've played GTA 5, I think 3 different playthroughs. I got probably 100 hours in it.
Damn.
And GTA Vice City, I've beaten that 100%.
Damn. I can never, even games I like, I can't 100% them.
There's very few that
I don't have the patience 100% games. I really don't.
Arkham City 100%ed.
I did like some Arkham City.
That was a fun one.
Who made Arkham City?
Rocksteady.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah.
Does Rocksteady have anything to do with Rockstar? I don't know my subsidiaries.
I'm not sure.
The Arkham games are really good though. At least Arkham City.
Right.
And Asylum. Arkham Knight was.
It was alright.
Yeah. Different people though, wasn't it?
The Origins was different voices.
I thought it was like made by different company. I don't remember now.
I'm not sure.
I'll admit I didn't play Arkham Knight. It just didn't look as good as Arkham City. So I never picked it up.
It worked well on Xbox. It did not work well on PC.
Oh shit. But. Well, PC doesn't matter. We're recording on a Mac, so fuck you, PC.
And I have 100% at Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Just
you
because
love pirates.
That one was so much close to GTA 5 that I just liked it.
Makes sense.
There was so much open world and just cause chaos and run away from people. And
you did say Grand Theft Auto kind of quick. Was that an easy decision?
Yes,
or is there anything vying
to
for
me,
the title?
I think is my favorite just because there's just so much availability to what you want to do. Yeah. If you don't want to play the game, don't. You mean just do whatever you want to do. If you want to go steal a car, do it.
Do you mean to tell me Gauntlet is not your favorite series? After you talk about
it's one of my favorite pastimes.
You talk about hours. You remember Bella playing Gauntlet and I don't know if you actually played. But remember that Gauntlet game where he was an archer and I was a clown?
Yep.
And like every weekend we'd be grinding levels trying to get the materials to get the rune stones. You found 5 rune stones in this realm.
So for you it's mostly open world mayhem. That's
absolute chaos.
Freedom.
Yes.
Is what he wants.
Okay, for me,
he wants a sandbox.
It's not even close. Okay, it's Pokemon all the way for me.
Nerd.
That is my favorite.
Okay, guy wearing a Zelda
franchise.
shirt.
I am wearing that's my second favorite. But
Fucking
for
liar.
Pokemon, I've been playing since Yellow version. I've been playing ever since then. And I was playing Yellow while you guys were playing Gauntlet, by the way. That's what I was doing.
Okay.
Right. So
we were playing an action RPG.
Yes, I was playing just an RPG.
You're playing an RPG. Do you consider Pokemon to be an RPG?
I do.
Even though a lot of people don't think of it as one.
They don't think of it as one,
but
it's
all
turn-based
there.
combat.
It's turn-based,
you have collectible
stats,
creatures, different stats and
leveling,
combinations.
oh,
It's
yeah.
their strategy.
Random
obviously.
encounters.
So it's all there. I mean, people probably think it's more for children, I guess, than other RPGs. But I mean, people still play this game. I'm still playing it even now.
Pokemon has the advantage of being as deep as you want it to be.
It's as deep
you
as you want
to
it to be.
get into some IVs and EVs in nature,
If you
go
want
for it.
If you want to do all of that, you can. It's a lot easier to do it now than it was in the past.
It is. They just tell you what it is now.
It used to be. Well, they tell you what it is now, but with Sun and Moon, the 7th generation, it's a lot easier just to breed Pokemon than it ever has been before. So they've tried to make competitive play a lot more accessible to people than they did in the past. So that's definitely true. But even so, I don't really play competitively. I just like to play for fun for the most part.
I don't like competitive Pokemon.
I mean, if I want to play competitive Pokemon, I'll go on Pokemon Showdown and just play a random battle.
There you go.
I'll just give me the Pokemon. I don't even want to do the training.
I don't want to train it myself.
But
I did super training and I grind stats just so it's easier
I gave,
to do.
I gave that a shot
to
just to see what it's like, but I didn't really.
I do it
like
for post game content, not so I
Right.
can play competitively. I just want my Pokemon to be as good as they can be.
That's right. So I mean, we all have our favorite Pokemon, I'm sure, but
Tyranitar.
Tyranitar's yours.
Tyranitar best. I don't even like a huge Godzilla or T-Rex fan. I just love Tyranitar's design for some reason.
Yeah.
It's
pretty cool.
He looks badass.
He's actually one of my favorites too now.
I
think
him.
you have made me end up liking it a lot.
T-Tar, baby. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of its Mega because it just gets like the spikes on
I'm not a fan of Megas anyway.
My favorite Mega is one of my favorite Pokemon, also Aggron. Because it turns into like a giant heavy samurai type thing. Aggron, he's a metal Tyranitar. That's not
pretty much what it is.
It's not a coincidence that I like Aggron because it is a metal Tyranitar. He even has like a similar evolution.
I actually like Pikachu. I don't just say, oh,
Pikachu's iconic.
It's iconic.
Imagine if it was Clefairy like it was supposed to be.
Then Clefairy's not half bad actually.
It's just
it's
weird
right.
looking. It doesn't look like a Pokemon.
Porygon, Murkrow,
Porygon.
Deoxys,
Come on, you gotta have a favorite Pokemon. I bet it's Charizard.
It's Charizard.
It's Charizard. Why do you think I played Pokemon Red? Come on.
It's got a dragon.
It's got Charizard in the front of it.
I mean, come on. The Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
Like way back, I bought Pokemon Red just because of that. This is a Charizard.
I had Blue because even though my favorites are like Tyranitar and stuff.
You like water.
I like water Pokemon.
And stuff like that. Yeah.
Like gameplay wise, I find water Pokemon to be some of the most reliable. Because like even though they have like a lot of common weaknesses, they're mostly kind of bulky, so it never really matters. And when you start dual typing with water, you get some ugly stuff.
And you can give any of them Surf, so they're always going to be good.
You always
Surf's a pretty good.
I'm so glad you don't have to teach your Pokemon HMs anymore.
Yeah, that's a nice addition, and I think they'll keep doing that.
I didn't know if you knew that in the newest games, you just use the HM and like a helper Pokemon.
Yeah, helper Pokemon appears.
Like if you want to use Surf, just like a Lapras appears and you ride on it. Like a Charizard just swoops down when you use Fly. Like, you don't have to teach to your dudes anymore.
So they've made it a lot less like you have to have the HM slave on your party. The Bidoof, the Raticate, the whatever it is.
Yeah, the Raticate, those things did work. I had to have a Raticate on my party. Remember Fire and Leaf Green? I did the 3 starter. I could only use the 3 starters.
Yes, that's right.
We just bred and traded them, and then I was allowed to Raticate for an HM slave, and that was it. That almost didn't work because they stopped listening to me. Derek's going to take a minute. I think one of our resident felines is trying to...
Yep.
Yeah.
Eat some cat treats.
Try to break out the treat bag and get some for itself. But Pokemon, again, asking Derek, was that a hard decision?
For Charizard?
For your favorite series.
No, I mean it's far and away my favorite. But I'm wearing a Zelda shirt right now, so I do like The Legend of Zelda.
I think it's safe to say all 3 of us like Zelda.
I think we all do love Zelda.
We all kind of like different Zeldas for the most part.
That's probably true.
But we all like Zelda to an extent.
So my favorite Zelda is, and I think it's yours, Seth. Actually, Link to the Past.
I do like
is
Link to the
definitely
Past.
my favorite. It was one of the first ones I played, and
it was the first one I played.
It had everything. The gameplay was really solid.
Wasn't the first one I've beaten, but it's the first one I've played.
The graphics were eye candy. The music was memorable.
It looks really good even today. It's
really good. It's just you can just play it, and you can just it's hard to put it down when you start playing it.
They pushed the processing power of that Super Nintendo.
So Link to the Past is pretty good. I like the sequel in the 3DS, Link Between Worlds. That was also pretty good.
Haven't played it.
I highly recommend it.
Need to.
So those are my favorites. But I also Twilight Princess, Wind Waker, I love those
all
two.
Good.
Those 2 games being like on opposite ends of the spectrum, but they're both really good.
Am I the only one that's played the Oracle games?
You are the only one who's played the Oracle games.
You should play it. They were made by Capcom actually, so they're different in terms of what they can do, but they're still really good.
I've played Link's Awakening, which from what I understand is what those games are based off of.
They reuse assets from it and stuff. Yeah, and also graphically they look very similar.
I've also played Minish Cap, which is also made by Capcom. So there's a lot of
a lot of borrowed things. The whole equipment, you don't have to have a sword if you don't want to stuff.
So I don't know about you two guys, but I actually do want to play every Zelda game at some point, at least every
collectively we almost have.
Yeah, we're not very far from.
I mean, all I have left to do
Zelda 2 really.
Yeah, Zelda 2. We gotta play Zelda 2.
The boogeyman of Zelda.
And then I gotta play the Oracle games.
Majora's and I think Zelda 2, and we collectively have played every Zelda.
Right.
I'm pretty sure.
So we're almost there.
Because you two dove into Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
I didn't because 3 people I knew were playing it, and I watched people stream it. I'm just like...
So you're like, you're not going to actually play
really,
it.
Kind of overloaded.
You're good. You've seen
honestly, it was just Zelda... It was almost Zelda fatigue, because it was just everywhere. Right. I'll probably play it eventually. Just to experience it for myself. But I feel like I've seen... The only thing I've seen enough to know what happens. Like I know the story.
I think my favorite thing in Breath of the Wild is just hunting guardians because I got to the point where I had the armor, I had the arrows. I'm like, I'm just gonna get more of those.
You eventually become an absolute beast in that game.
So
later on,
I had fun doing that.
It's kind of like in Elder Scrolls where like you're hunting down dragons or like high level Daedra just because you can. You can fight powerful things, so just go do it.
Well, it's like you start off with literally nothing. You're running from moblins.
Well, I remember
they're carrying sticks and you're running away from them.
I watched Bello when he first played it, and he's like, "I'll go explore this skull," and like a blue moblin pops out, and it swings a club and kills him. It's just like, welcome to Zelda.
Right. And then later on, you're just like literally taking on flying guardians and shit.
They make you a beast. That's good game design, though. Start out squishy.
It is.
And then you just become a beast.
And they also introduce you to guardians from the very beginning with destroyed guardians that are just like, oh my god, what are these horrible things?
You have to hide
Not even before those ones. They just show you just the remnants of just the ruins.
It's true.
Of them.
They're like, what is this?
They're like, what are these things? And it's just a foreboding of what's going to come.
And then you're going to like that first shrine or whatever, and then like one wakes up and just starts aiming at you. You're just like, oh my god, you have to like some Metal Gear shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Now, I'm not sure, but at one point in Breath of the Wild, I had over 130 hours playing.
Okay.
And I'm only 30% of the way through it. In terms of just stuff.
There's just so much just poking around you can do.
Yeah, I haven't finished it either.
I'm not sure what percentage of that is Korok seeds, but...
Probably a lot.
It's probably, I'd say mostly Koroks. I'm like 900 Koroks.
It just doesn't seem like there's that much left to do. It's just like, I know there's a lot there.
You gotta get those nut
There's
boys.
A lot of quests. There's a lot of side quests, but it's like, I've done all the shrines. I've gotten every piece of armor. Yes, I've got every piece of armor you can get. I've got all the shit. I guess if they say like taking pictures of everything, I guess that's counts.
Probably it. Yeah.
That probably counts to most.
Because it records what you take pictures of. I bet that is part of it.
And you have to take pictures of all the equipment, all the plants,
all
the enemies.
I guess that's where. I don't know.
If you want 100%,
it seems like that's just a lot.
I guess just DLC is what you got next.
I think in terms of doing different things, I've just about done everything you can.
I've seen you play enough of it that it seems like you've pretty much exhausted.
Most
of what the game has to offer.
Every corner of that map,
like
that you can
short
go
of just
to.
Collectible stuff.
Right.
I think you've exhausted what Breath of the Wild has to offer you.
But Derek, have you made a flying machine yet?
That's true.
Have not.
You need to do that sometime.
Have not.
And so Zelda's my second favorite, and I am just gonna say, actually, considering how many of them I've played, I haven't realized this, but I really like the Kirby series.
Yeah,
it's a nice platformer. Good. It's a really good platformer.
I've played a few.
I think the latest one on the 3DS, Robobot, is probably the best Kirby game they've made so far, and I'm really looking forward. And this will tie into our next segment. I'm really looking forward in E3s if there's any possible announcement on the multiplayer Kirby game coming out. I'm sure there will be something for it. I would certainly like to see what they
I'm
offer.
sure that's gonna. It's one of their Hallmark series. Like people
it'll
love the Kirby.
Yeah, the Kirby is nice.
If they're gonna do Yarn Kirby at E3, like they're gonna give you like
they'll
the
give
other
us
Kirbys.
The multiplayer probably.
Yeah. Oh well.
So I guess now we'll turn the tables to you and say, what is your favorite game series?
Here's the thing.
Okay.
When I asked you, you were just like Grand Theft Auto, no question.
Yeah.
Bella, you were like Pokemon, almost no question. I don't know what my I have 3.
Okay.
I have 3. It's either the very expansive, very merchandised Final Fantasy.
Okay.
The very forgotten, mostly, hopefully not dead, Metroid. Or the extremely difficult and the secret... I saw something once, it's the hidden reason why Capcom's still a company. And the extremely difficult Monster Hunter.
Okay.
So, do you guys know... I know, Belle, you know. Do you know what Monster Hunter is?
No.
It's been around. The first one was on the PS2, and it's a game by Capcom. They wanted to make a game you could play online cooperatively. Okay. It's like when PlayStation started to get the online stuff, so they wanted a multiplayer game. So it's exactly what it says on the tin, man.
Yeah.
You hunt monsters.
Okay.
Dragons, leviathans, giant bugs. There's even giant gorillas that fart on you. Like there's a whole menagerie, and like every game has like some recurring ones and the new ones. There's a huge library of monsters, and you basically go with your comically oversized weapon. You go kill the monsters. You carve them up, get parts and rewards. You make better weapons and armor. You go fight more difficult monsters. There's no story. Like they started incorporating a loose story into single player just to get you into the game, but there's no story to these games. It's just you pick your mission, and just to let you know how time consuming and hard this game can be. It's not like go kill the monster in 10 minutes. You have 50 minutes per mission.
Oh,
These things can take a long time just because of high health, or there's somewhere it's like you need to fight 4 of these monsters in 50 minutes that are going to pop up one after the other after you kill them, like these giant crabs and stuff like that. And it's a very difficult series. It requires a lot of timing. Combat, even for fast weapons, is kind of slow just to punish. It's to keep you from just going ape shit. They want you to be tactical. It's like a tactical action game almost. Drinking a potion, every time you drink a potion or take a consumable, you do like this dramatic flex, which leaves you vulnerable, and that's to keep you from just spamming healing items. Like everything you do, you have to think. And this entire time, you have a health bar, you have a stamina bar, you have to keep up by eating throughout the mission. You have to sharpen your weapon, because if you don't sharpen your weapon, your swords will start bouncing off different parts of the monster, and you'll do less damage. And you have conditions, and there's elemental stuff you can do, and like it's a vast, complicated series, and I love it. I love Monster Hunter.
Okay.
I love Metroid because of the atmosphere. The gameplay of Metroid's like you basically have like the 2D ones, and you have the Prime series, which are both completely different things. I love them both. I know there's a lot of people that like they hate Metroid Prime but love the old ones, or the ones that are like those are old and stupid. I love the first-person shooter. I love them both. I think Samus is a cool character. I don't want to sound like a beta cuck. No, but I do like the fact that Samus is one of the few remaining no bullshit female characters in video gaming, even though other M and Smash 4 honestly didn't do her a lot of favors in her sexualization. Once they gave her that sexy blue suit, they kind of took a lot of her power away.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that she's just an ass kicker. And then Final Fantasy. I love a good RPG. Final Fantasy's like one of the granddaddies of the RPG. It's not one of the first, but it's definitely one of the biggest influences on RPGs.
I think with Final Fantasy, I feel the same way Conan felt when he reviewed it. And he's playing the game, and he's just like, what the hell is going on?
Final Fantasy is not one of those games. Like any Final Fantasy, you can't just be like, hey, can I play in the middle of your save file? You won't. Final Fantasy is one of the games where admittedly you have to be there from the beginning to know what is going on. Because a lot of the games are very political, or a lot of like the older ones, if you just pop up, you don't know where to go. There's no waypoints. Even the map, it's just a map. They don't tell you where to go. And just the mechanics get weird sometimes. But I love the stories. I'd say of the series, my favorite is Final Fantasy IV, which a lot of people are like, Final Fantasy VII, Cloud. It's like, no, Final Fantasy IV. Give me pale men with white hair. I don't care. No, Cecil's my boy. It's a great story. Metroid isn't really known for its story. It's just atmospherically. Like, I like Final Fantasy because of the story and the characters. I like Metroid because of the main character and the atmosphere. And I like Monster Hunter in terms of the gameplay. Monster Hunter. I'd say, you said you put how many hours into Grand Theft Auto 5?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. It's over 100, though. I know that.
Monster Hunter Freedom Unite on the PSP. First one I ever played. Over 500 hours.
Wow.
In that game.
In one game?
In a game with no story. I had over 500 hours. And that's because I played that when I was going to school down in Cape Girardeau, and I had 3 other people that played it with me.
Okay.
So we'd all sit together, you just do the wireless link in your PSPs, and we would just, hey, I need to do this, this, and this so I can rank up and get access to this better stuff. You want to help? And she's like, yeah, let's do your required quests. Or I need to, admittedly, Monster Hunter, if you don't like grinding, you'll hate this game. Because it's not grinding and that's like, I need this randomized loot, like you're playing Diablo or something. You know what you're going to get from a monster. But there are some things like you have a 3% chance of carving this part off this monster, so get lucky. But there is some grinding, but even the grind is fun because you're still getting more stuff. And you're getting better. Every hunt is different. These monsters are dynamic, and I just want to go play some fucking Monster Hunter right now. That's something I'm going to put on my list. I had a list of upcoming things. The newest Monster Hunter came out in Japan a few months ago. I want to know when we're getting an English release date.
Mm-hmm.
Because it added G rank, which a lot of games, it's just like, this is easy, medium, and hard. In Monster Hunter, it's low rank, high rank, G rank. And G rank, for someone like me who's been playing for a long time, that's when the real game begins. Everything else is just practice. G rank is when the game... Some of these monsters kill you in like 2 hits if you're not careful. Like, this is a hard series. It's not like Dark Souls hard, where it's just unfair and gimmicky. I would get a lot of flack for that. It's like, Dark Souls is cool. Like, I don't hate the Souls series, but Monster Hunter is just like, it's hard because it expects a lot from you as a player. But I'm okay with that. But if I had to pick, I couldn't.
Okay.
I really couldn't.
Fair enough,
I honestly, just in terms of hours put in, I think Monster Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Just because that's the series I've played.
Right.
I've put the most time into, and it's one of the only ones where I actually look up like damage percents on certain parts and elemental efficiency on certain like, the only one I've done like a lot of research in to get better at the game. The other ones I'm just like, I'll play the game.
Yeah.
But like I guess Monster Hunter.
Okay.
I just came up with that. But what if it's Street Fighter? No. I like fighting games, but I suck at them. We'll get into that later. I love fighting games. I'm not good at them.
I have a respect for fighting games. I've never really gotten into one.
I had Ultra Street Fighter 4.
Mm-hmm.
I had Ultimate versus Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I have Street Fighter 5. I'm just not great. If I go online, you'll probably kick my ass.
Yeah.
I still love playing them. I'm fine as fighting computers in that game because I just like the feeling of the execution of the moves and stuff.
Okay.
Like, but no, I do love watching fighting games.
Yeah.
That's fun. But so Grand Theft Auto,
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon, Monster Hunter.
Sure.
3 completely
very different
responses. We have an open world action game, an RPG that a lot of people would say is for kids, but it's not. It's for everyone. And then no story, not open world, select the monster, hit it till it dies, wear its skin and fight tougher things. And also one of the progenitors of the phrase "get good."
Okay.
Because when you're playing Monster Hunter and someone asks, "How do I get better at this game?" you just got to get good.
Yeah.
I have no tips for you. You just have to get good at Monster Hunter.
Yeah,
know the mechanics. But anyway,
yeah.
Talk about what we liked. You know,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
always good to be
Yeah.
positive. You start positive.
Sure.
What are some just things about
Oh,
games,
man.
or what are some series you don't like?
I can give you one.
Go
Okay.
for it.
So let me start with
Like games or just the industry as a whole? Either one.
The unfortunate story of Yoshi. Okay.
I mean, unfortunate. What happened to Joshi?
Here's what
he
happened
die?
to Yoshi. Well, he almost
He got turned
did.
into yarn. That's not death. Like,
Here's what happened to Yoshi. Unfortunately.
what did it? I don't know what you mean.
One of my favorite games. So I like Link to the Past. My other favorite, and probably my most favorite, is actually the original Yoshi's Island on the Super Nintendo.
Hate it.
I'm kind of surprised you
I
didn't
love
say
it.
that.
I hate it.
I
hate it.
saved it because I wanted to tell you that is the only
He says, "I've
the
seen
only
you play
game
that
in the entire
so
Yoshi
much."
series that I actually really deeply like. The rest of them,
You didn't like
however,
Yoshi's Story? It was
Actually,
admittedly very easy.
when I was a kid playing Yoshi's Story,
Yeah.
I
remember playing a lot of Yoshi's Story
came to
with
the
you.
realization fairly on that I was thinking this game is not as good as the Super Nintendo
It's
game.
very simple.
It's very straightforward.
I think it was made to be simple.
It
'cause
was probably
they
made to be simple.
They made Yoshi's kind of cutesy and more like a casual
They made
thing.
everything about it a lot simpler to play.
I hated Yoshi's on this stupid. If Mario didn't cry so much,
You have
I don't
to-
like being on a timer.
Hey Seth, you have to get good in Yoshi's Story.
You have to get
Yoshi's
good.
Island.
You just make you play it.
No, yeah, that's right. But in Yoshi's Story, the controls were see when you have an N64 controller, a lot of the games controlled really weird. Like the only game that actually was made for that controller was Super Mario 64.
Yeah.
Everything else was kind of an afterthought.
Shooters,
as far as the controller was
shooters
concerned.
made it work.
Yes,
But
they
really,
did.
it's because they had that trigger there.
Yeah,
They
that's
really
right.
Yeah.
saved the
That's
shooter.
right. But everything else sort of had to
didn't
just
have
deal
that.
with it.
PS1, I guess.
Shoulder
And-
buttons.
And Yoshi's Story, I don't think was one of them. So that game I was not really a fan of. I mean, it made, however, the games that came after it made Yoshi's Story look like a masterpiece. Okay, so when they made
What came out after Yoshi's Story or Yoshi's Island other than Story and Wool and the new Yoshi's Island?
so
Is that it?
so there was Yoshi's Island DS, which wasn't that bad of
Is
a
that-
game. That was basically a remake of sorts of the Super Nintendo game, but
Okay.
it had other babies, like you had Baby Wario and stuff like that. It was an interesting game. It just
Can you just drown him in a well? Why would I save Baby Wario?
he gave you coins because he's greedy, of course.
Oh, so he just assumed that would work
right,
on Yoshi's.
yes, of
Who
course.
thrive on cookies.
Right.
Okay.
But no, I mean that game wasn't as bad, but it wasn't as good as the original one.
No.
It was just sort of an underwhelming, doting kind of game. But The real unfortunate game was Yoshi's New Island. And
that's the one that you
the one
always say you hate. We've had many conversations about this game,
but it's really just a shame. They really do not seem to care about Yoshi all that much, because they gave the developers of, I think, Swapnote, I think is what it was.
Okay.
Are the people who made Yoshi's New Island. So
interesting.
They gave people who made an app on the 3DS control over making an entire property game.
And not even like one of their most popular characters. It wasn't like, here, have this new IP. It's like, here's
it's not
Yoshi.
Mario, so they didn't care about it as much apparently.
Yeah.
So
but it's one of his friends.
Right. Well, one of his friends who keeps throwing in pits apparently. So they threw him into this pit too. So in Yoshi's New Island, it's just there's no music to speak of at all in that game. Like it's just not there.
Each level had music. In Yoshi's Island, do they not have music?
In Yoshi's New Island, it's just there's music, sure, but it's like horribly done.
Oh,
like,
it's just bad good. Music. I think like it was a silent game.
I'm it would have been better if it was.
It might as well be.
But just everything about that game was underwhelming. And the thing that drives me crazy about this is that Yoshi's New Island and Kirby Triple Deluxe came out in the same year. And the difference in quality could not be
Triple Deluxe was a good game.
That was a good game. It was really well done. Yeah. The graphics were amazing in that game. The music was phenomenal in that game. And then you have Yoshi's New Island on the other hand here. It was just like, what is this game?
I think the thing with Kirby is that after Sakurai made Smash, they basically said, your games are going to be awesome forever.
The thing about Kirby and what makes Kirby consistently good is that it's owned by HAL Laboratory, so Nintendo can't fuck with that property as much.
That's true. That's probably why Pokemon hasn't fallen either.
That's also part of it too.
Because Game
Freak
is
the Pokemon company is its own thing.
What's Game Freak?
Do they not exist anymore? Game Freak are the developers, and then there's the Pokemon Company, which they made afterwards, so that it could just be its own thing.
Gotcha.
That's what they did. But yeah, Kirby is as far as I can tell, Kirby is going to consistently be good just going forward. It's one of the most underrated, I think, game series in Nintendo's lineup of games. It's just there's not a bad Kirby game.
I think it's easy to make Kirby good because at its core, Kirby's a very simple game.
It really
You're
is.
a pink ball who jumps and eats people and gets powers.
Yes.
Like, you can go anywhere with that. New powers, new gameplay, things to do with the powers, new enemies, it's when you have a concept that simple, you can do anything with it.
You can't screw with it too much. You know?
Can't.
And so it ends up being pretty good. But with Yoshi, for some reason, they just did not, for whatever reason, care about it when they made Yoshi's New Island. Now, they did save it, I think, with Yoshi's Woolly World.
Woolly World was cool.
That game was actually pretty good. I think it was still too easy. It was certainly not as hard as the original.
Yoshi has been relegated to this entry-level platformer type thing.
It's like the baby game, basically.
It's like when you're ready for Mario and stuff, try out some Yoshi, see how it treats you.
But I think nothing will really beat the original game, and so that's why I just kind of lament.
What about Yoshi's Cookie?
Yoshi's Cookie? Well, there was just Yoshi. You're right. There was that too.
Is that not the best one, Yoshi's Cookie?
The Tetris Yoshi or Puyo Puyo, whatever it was. Basically,
Puyo Puyo,
it basically was that. Yeah. They're never going to make a game that tops the Super Nintendo one. I don't think they ever will. They can try, but it never will actually.
So many of the best games: Super Metroid, Mario RPG.
Yes.
Final Fantasy IV, my favorite one. That was Super Nintendo.
Yes. Super Mario World, even.
Super Mario World, all Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo was just the golden era.
If only there was a Grand Theft Auto on the Nintendo 64.
It would have been amazing.
That would have been the best console ever made. But so you don't like what they did with Yoshi?
I'm not really a fan of that. No.
Yeah. Is there a series that you just don't like? Or you just don't get?
I'd have to think about that. I mean, there are certainly series I don't get. But,
yeah.
I will say I don't like the way that first-person shooters are going, in that it's becoming more of a money grab.
They're getting the obligatory yearly release syndrome, where it's 2018, got to make a Call of Duty.
Well, it's like, here's the game, and here's a season pass for the game.
I don't really play first-person shooters that much, so I guess I wouldn't say I really get them. I mean, I played Gears of War 3. And
Gears is cool though.
Gears is a different game.
Gears has a story. Yeah, like a narrative.
So I was interested in the story mostly, but the gameplay was good too. But
third-person shooters like that typically have pretty clutch gameplay.
I just don't have most first-person shooters.
The first-person shooters are now they have the half-assed story mode, but it's there so you can go online and shoot people.
Right.
Yeah.
Gears has online, but it was there because there was a narrative to Gears of War.
Yeah.
And if I say a pretty damn good story, actually. Gears had an interesting story.
It did.
But you don't like first-person shooters these days?
It's just because you got Battlefield, you got Call of Duty, and then Destiny kind of stepped into the mix a little bit, and there's some other ones here and there. But it's like, you could tell that it's not really a complete thing. It's just the concept of what do we want to have this game go toward. Like new Call of Duty, like the Infinite Warfare one. I didn't even buy it because I didn't even care anymore. Because it's like
one in space.
It's just another one of these
shit?
like
Call of Duty in space. I'll go play Star Wars.
Give me something like new.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, come on here.
Isn't Call of Duty in space just Halo then?
That's true.
Maybe.
Oh, that's what I forgot to mention. Halo, but even
Maybe.
Halo is more narrative. Like there is a lot of online, but even Halo is
Halo.
Still,
At least you remember the story.
Halo is still like Gears. Halo is still more narrative driven than it is online driven.
I would say after Modern Warfare 2, like the Call of Duty's campaign is just like, what? Why? Why even do it?
The campaign is just because we had to do it.
I guess.
Just cut out the middleman and just be like, okay, there's no story. Just go online. We
You
know
may
that's
as
why
well.
you're here.
Honestly,
here's
you
a
may as well just
tutorial
do
to
that.
learn the controls.
Yeah.
In case you live under a rock and never played Call of Duty before, and just go online.
Well, it's like, and you're paying $60 for the game, and then you're paying another $60 for the season pass for DLC that they already had ready, but they just didn't put in the game with release, just so they can get more money out of you.
DLC, like there's like two kinds. There's like DLC they make later, and it's like, okay, they took a while to make this. That's fine. But the DLC, like the day one DLC, it's just like, why didn't you just launch it?
Right.
Or DLC on the disc even.
Yeah, DRM.
It's there.
DRM.
That was Destiny to a key.
Yeah,
right
like
there,
you have it on the disc, but
Yeah.
they've locked. Like I own the disc,
Right.
but you've locked me out of content on my own disc because you're a douchebag who wants $10.
It's like, do you want to download the DLC? Yeah, and it's like 2 megabytes.
Yeah.
Because it's already there. It's
Yeah.
just they changed the code to actually, work it now.
Yeah, like DLC that's like cosmetic. We were talking about this earlier. Like
Yeah.
I don't mind. Like Street Fighter V. I'll use that as the latest example. Every character has like, depending on how popular they are, like anywhere between 3 and like 6. Like Chun-Li and Ryu have like 7 costumes or something. Purely cosmetic.
Right.
I don't have to buy those costumes to win. Would it be nice to get them for free? Sure, but I don't need them. But if it's something like, I was playing, I want to say it's Modern Warfare or Black Ops, and I couldn't play a couple matches because I didn't have these maps downloaded.
Right.
Or be like, well, let you play on this map, but you can't go to this map yourself because you don't have it downloaded. It's just like, you're altering my game experience because I didn't give you more money. That's what I don't like.
Yes. Definitely would agree with that.
Yeah. Well, if it's cosmetic, who gives a shit? But once you start changing what I can and can't do because I won't give you $20 or whatever, go fuck yourself.
And the thing about Destiny that I hate is I bought that game day one. And
Yeah.
I bought the various expansions as they came out. People now, you can buy Destiny right now, and it's like $40, and it comes with everything.
Don't you hate that?
Like, I spent over $120 playing the full experience of this game, and people that are just now starting it have everything that I... And the killer part, too, is everything that I've, like, made on my character is shit. Because when they come out with a new one, all of a sudden that new stuff is better than what's originally there.
So now you're behind.
So now exactly.
So you have to
So
buy
it's basically I'm started over like 4 times.
You paid 3 times as much, and you're still worse than the people who just started playing.
Yes, essentially.
That's how they get you to play.
So
they're trying to get you to spend that money again by saying, "Hey, you're irrelevant."
It's like, yeah, now the stuff that you had, not only can you not do the big stuff anymore because you're not good enough, but we're actually going to do it on a new map that you don't even have.
Yeah. Who makes Destiny?
Like, I don't know. It's like things
Bungie makes Destiny.
Was it an Ubisoft Bungie? Or no, it's not Ubisoft. What am I thinking? Activision?
It just says Bungie, High Moon, and Radical.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What? Hey, Bungie, you gave us Halo. What the hell, man? You gave us.
I'm not sure who made the call.
You gave us Halo 1
to split the game up like that, but they fucked up.
Executives.
Hey.
See, here's the other thing. Sometimes the DLC isn't even the developer's fault.
Sure.
Because sometimes the guys from up top are just like, I always assume the office is above you. Like, it can't be a 1-story building. They're
It's in the penthouse.
Yeah. They're like, hey, we got to release this in July because, like, our competitor's game is coming out, or because we got to get the summer thing or whatever. You now have 2 months to make this instead of 6 or whatever. Like, a scheduling conflicts are being rushed. So sometimes they have to make DLC just because they're not given enough time to make a game because they're just like, we got to get this out for summer or we're screwed because we're Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed. Because like,
yes.
So like
which would be valid, except that Destiny had a budget of $500 million.
See, now that's inexcusable. If your budget's that big and you have all that time,
that's more than the GDP of some countries.
$500 million to make a game.
Exactly.
$500 million to make a game. But please give me more money so you can get some new guns and stuff.
Yeah.
Because we just don't have enough. We blew it on the marketing budget.
Apparently.
Didn't Destiny, were they one of the ones that had the live action trailer? I don't know. I know Halo had some live action trailers.
I don't follow E3 very much.
Well, even just on TV and stuff. Like I don't know if Bungie. I know Halo had some live action trailers, and it's just like that's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. But they never made the Halo movie.
Yeah,
they were supposed to be making that in like 2007.
They made something.
They've made some shorts.
They made like I think it was an hour or something like that.
Yeah,
like they made something.
Fall of Reach or something. Yeah, they've made like some CG ones from little, but they were supposed to make like a theatrical release
like
Halo
a
movie.
higher budget.
Like I think Peter Jackson was supposed to do it because
really?
like Lord of the Rings was really popular at that point, so they were like, yeah, get him to make.
Right.
He made Lord of the Rings. He can make Halo. It's Lord of the Rings in space. It's fine, you know.
Halo Reach would be the only one you can make into a movie, in my opinion, but
just because you have so many more people.
Well, like that actually had a legitimately good story.
Yeah.
The other ones, it was like just a continuation of just one giant freaking thing.
Halos 1 through 3 are like, oh, another Halo.
Right. Oh, here's another one.
Remember when we blew up that Halo, John,
right.
Master Chief? Right. Be like, yeah, well, look what I found. Oh, and the Flutter there too.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, come on.
Yeah, pretty much.
Admittedly, since we're talking about Halo, the first time we saw the Flood in Halo, that was a pants-shitting moment.
It was.
Because the whole game, you're finding these bright... Admittedly, like, the Covenant were very brightly colored. It was very cool to see. It was...
They're shooting plasma shit.
Shooting plasma, which was good because the Halo itself was kind of drab. It was a lot of, like, dark forest, the occasional river or something, but the enemies were colorful. And then you're fighting, like, fungus Metroid.
Well, it doesn't help that the whole build-up to exposing them, it would just got creepier and creepier. Because it's like... You're going into a spot where, like, this last transmit, and you're, like, viewing the transmission of these guys that were... It's like a first-person view of what they saw.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like...
Metroid Prime 2 did that, and it was equally as creepy.
And you just saw them build up to panic until they all died.
Yeah. Metroid Prime 2 did the same thing. There was something in Metroid Prime 2, they were called the Ing, which were very similar to the Flood, kind of. Basically, the planet you're on split in two, like, dimension-wise, and all the dark, bad stuff was in one, all the good stuff was in the other, but the dark stuff was coming into the good world. And you actually found some transmissions from, like, Space Marines, basically, who are trying to fight these shadow creatures that, like, take you over and stuff. And it's just, you're reading, like, diaries like, we're low on ammo, this guy died. And then eventually you, like, find their dead corpses near this ship and stuff. And it was very similar to that. I'm like, it's creepy.
Right.
Yeah, the first time you see the Flood... And then every other time after that, you're just like, where's my shotgun?
I know.
Where's the shotgun? There's like little
flood watch out for the ones that explode at you and then just shoot everything else.
There's the exploding one. There's the ones that get guns occasionally. Here's the little ones. Get your shotgun out. Use the broken pistol. I think Halo 1's pistol is the most popular gun in gaming.
Probably.
I remember playing that with friends and like, I got the sniper rifle rocket launcher. I'm just sniping them with a pistol.
Got that double zoom pistol,
Seriously,
bitch.
double zoom sniper pistol.
You got nothing on this.
So yeah, first-person shooters, season passes. I kind of don't like where... I'm not a big indie gamer, like, at all, because I just have, like, consoles, so indie gaming's not as easy for me.
Right.
But I watch a lot of them be streamed. I watch a lot of streamers when I'm bored or just people that I like. And I hate the fact that basically the market's become flooded by, like, you're either an ironically pixelated, like, old-school-looking... platformer, Metroidvania is what they call it, drives me nuts. Or if your thing says like survival and crafting system, I'm just like, I'm done because it's just there's too much of it. I heard someone it's called streamer bait,
right?
Like the crafting system survival games, because like someone's going to stream that for days and days and days and days for like a month,
right? And
then you never see the game again because then there's another crafting system game that comes out. There's a cat on this counter. And if he does something, I'm going to kill him. There goes your water bottle. There goes your water bottle. It's gone. It's dead. At least it wasn't the glass bottle sitting right here.
There's some
I'm going to get this Corona bottle out of here.
There's some games that do the crafting system well.
Definitely.
And then there's other games where
gems.
It's just like almost a laziness to where I'm not actually going to make your character build. I'm just going to let you pick what you want.
I rendered like 200 materials, go smash them together and see what happens.
Just pick something.
There's your game. Right. And then you can fight people.
We were talking about this off the recording, but I guess I'll say it on the recording too. There are some good Kickstarter games.
Yes, we agree. Obviously, there's always going to be good. They're not all shit. There's just too many.
I think the best example of a successful Kickstarter program, of course, is Shovel Knight.
Shovel Knight got huge.
Even though you call it an ironic 2D platformer, I think it's actually...
It's definitely made with the homage thing in mind.
It's definitely...
But the problem is there's too many of those. But then some things like Shovel Knight get them right.
That one was good, and it was a multi-platform one, too, even. Yeah. That's how you do it the right way. Now, you do it the wrong way, you make a game like Mighty Number 9, where you try to shoot for all the platforms all at once, and you fail to make it in any of them worthwhile. So that's a bad example of one, but a good example is Shovel Knight. I thought it was a really good game. I do look to indie titles to see if there's any good ones coming out, and on Shovel Knight, I played every single DLC that's come out for it so far. Yeah. It's been consistently really good. I'm really looking forward to the final one when that comes out. Not sure when it's coming out.
What's the final one?
The final one you play as King Knight.
Oh shit, I might have to play that one. I love King Knight. He's hilarious.
He's a fun character to play as, so I'm sure it'll be good.
Yeah.
But so there are some bad games or some good games.
Of course.
But and really it is kind of a shame because the bad games sort of make the whole concept seem like, well, I mean, should we really back this game? Because I've seen all these other games that fail.
I've backed 10 other ones that ended up being crap.
Right.
And,
so
everyone's looking for that next Shovel Knight or something.
Now the big one that everyone is talking about now that seems underwhelming is Yooka-Laylee. Okay, now I haven't played it yet, so I actually don't know.
I've watched it.
Have you watched
extensively?
It?
Well, Vinesauce has been doing it.
Right.
So, good streamer, by the way. If you guys don't know who Vinny of Vinesauce is, that's a good guy. You should watch him. He's doing Super Mario RPG right now.
Is he now?
He started Friday or Saturday.
I'll have to see that.
So,
but so you've seen Yooka-Laylee being played.
I have. It's a platformer.
It's just
I don't understand what everybody's freaking out about.
I figured it was going to be.
It's a 3D platformer. Shovel Knight's in it.
Really?
There is a little cameo, like find me some stuff.
From what I understand, it's the same people who made Banjo-Kazooie. So if you like Banjo-Kazooie, you might like playing it.
Yeah, it's a callback to that, but it just I've listened to legit complaints of people who have like fallen in love with Banjo-Kazooie as kids and stuff.
Yeah.
And their complaints seem valid. They seem upset. Like it just kind of half-assed. It was just boring.
I don't know. Maybe it's just underwhelming. Maybe it was overhyped, but I don't. I
think it's a combination.
I don't think it's a bad game.
It's a combination of just an okay game that got way too much hype.
I mean, I was never going to play it, but I'm sure it's a fine game to play. You just don't expect a fucking gold
don't expect greatness.
Amazing masterpiece to come out just because it's a Kickstarter game. It'll be okay. It'll be good, guys. But don't think it's just because it doesn't live up to expectations, really high expectations. Don't think that.
You know what I never got into? Sports games.
No.
I never got into sports games.
I really tried.
Which is kind of because sports games are huge. Like when I worked at Target for a while, like when the new FIFA would come out or something.
Yeah.
He'll come up to you all day. You got the new FIFA? You got the new FIFA? Like sports games, they're not like dead. Sports games are huge. I feel like in order to really appreciate a sports game, you have to kind of like the sport.
Yeah, I think so.
Like I can't imagine someone be like, oh, I love playing, Madden. Oh, do you like football? Nah, I hate it. I hate football.
I don't watch sports. I don't think you do either.
Soccer.
I will say the only contrast to that is Mario Super Strikers.
Okay, you did play that.
Any sports game with Mario on it.
That one.
Okay,
that
Mario
was fun
Golf,
as shit.
Mario Golf,
that was not
Mario
bad.
Tennis, Mario Soccer. I didn't play the Sonic Mario ones because I don't like Sonic.
In my opinion,
we'll get into that. I hate
Strikers
Sonic.
Just held it above all.
Super Strikers was a fun game.
It was just so simple.
All the salt we got from playing Mario Golf with each other.
That was good.
Why would they have a system where your opponents can replay the cutscene when you suck? Because I remember doing it to our cousin because she would play Wario for whatever reason, and when he got like a double or triple bogey, like he just sucked, he like throw a rock in the air and then hit himself in the head.
So we would replay
and
that.
we replay it, and there's no
it'd
way.
Be like double bogey,
and then you do
rock.
It again. Well, there's no way to get around it.
You can also sit there and taunt while they're lining up their shot.
True.
You can sit there and just like keep clicking all the buttons and shit, and you're just like,
of course we did this every time,
constantly.
So I'm just over here with DK, just hitting the same thing. He's like,
I know. It was
it's just what the hell?
Because they're meant to be like,
I can't believe they let me do this,
but they're not fun.
They're not.
Speaking of this Mario stuff, of course, Derek, your favorite character is definitely Petey Piranha. Your favorite character of all time.
Derek has a
long-standing hatred.
I don't know the term for them, but he has a body pillow of Petey Piranha on his bed.
He hate fucks Petey Piranha.
I will Photoshop. I mean, take a picture of it and put it on our Twitter at some point this century.
Sure.
I gotta learn how to use Photoshop.
I just remember you playing Mario Kart Double Dash, and after you unlocked them, if you ever saw them in a Grand Prix, you would immediately stop playing and then restart it so that he wouldn't be there.
Because the flower cheated.
Because it'd be the fucking flower.
That's because Double Dash, I legitimately almost hated.
That's my favorite
as a Mario Kart.
Right.
I loved Mario Kart. That was so hard for me to play. That anytime I saw that guy, I was just like, it's jinxed. I can't do it.
Mario Kart Double Dash is my favorite one.
Yeah.
I think it's the hardest one. In terms of like the AI hating you. I think in terms of just like actual mechanics. Mm-hmm. I think Double Dash is really difficult. And I don't know, when I was going to school at Cape Girardeau, same time I discovered Monster Hunter, we would have like nightly, like right before after dinner, we would play Double Dash for like an hour. And it got to the point where we actually got a custom playlist for every track. Like we went on Baby Park, we played like death metal and stuff just because it was funny.
Right.
And I kick ass, man. Yeah. I think that's why I like it so much, because I played a lot of it and got really good at it.
Yeah, I mean, because
I just played it so much.
I played a lot of Double Dash, but I think my favorite was Mario Kart Wii, actually. That game had insane rubber banding. I'll give you that.
That's why I don't like it.
But I found out a way to beat the rubber banding is to
not play.
Not play is one option.
They can't get you.
But the other one that I found was successful was if you just don't get a head start, if you just start in like third place or something, you just rubber band them and then you win.
Okay.
Perfect.
See? Now Mario Kart 8, however, that game I really like that game. Now I know you kind of have mixed opinions about it, but I really like it.
The older I get, I think it's just the more I dislike racing games in general. Like I don't have fun playing, like even stuff like really technical and really like Forza and stuff. I just don't enjoy them anymore.
See, I like it because I like cars. Exactly. I know how to modify cars, and it's the tuning aspect and building something and driving it.
Mine has like nothing to do with my like or dislike of cars. Or I don't find the gameplay. I've drifted toward like strategy games like Fire Emblem, Final Fantasy, like turn-based stuff, or fighters, even though I'm bad at them. Like that's become my new thing. Just slower stuff, except for fighting games. Those are pretty fast. But I like sort of a slower game these days. What else do I hate? I don't know. I hate Sonic.
You hate Sonic?
I don't hate Sonic. I hate Sonic fans. If you like Sonic,
fuck off.
Stop. Just turn off the stream. Exactly what Derek said. Just turn off the stream.
And then like half the audience stopped watching. I
know. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to turn off the stream. Hold your arms behind your back and run like Sonic just away from your computer, because I don't want you to even risk hearing me. I'm kidding. I love you guys.
Yes, Beefmaster, don't leave, please.
Yeah. Who?
The first subscriber we've had.
Oh, Beefmaster.
Come on, we gotta shout him out.
I was thinking about Twitter. Yeah, Beefmaster, whoever you are, I love you.
Yeah.
Like, I assume you're the master of beef.
I have no idea.
I consider myself a master of chicken. I don't know. I like tendies and nuggies. I might get some nuggies for dinner. We haven't really decided yet.
So we lost everyone with the 12 to 18 with the meme talk.
Right.
And now we just lost all of them. With
Anyone who isn't Beefmaster is gone.
They're out.
I'm gonna unsubscribe.
I know.
Because I just insulted myself somehow. I don't know. But no, we love you all very much. Even if you're a Sonic fan, I just love you less. It's kind of like having kids, where there's like a love spectrum. Love is on a spectrum. We're gonna go all Bill Nye on people. No, we did that last week. No Bill Nye, no sex junk. We're talking about Sonic the Hedgehog. So we might talk about sex junk, because if you're into Sonic and you like banging them, you're weird. You're weird.
We're back into
You're weird. I don't want to get into fur. We didn't have furry written on our to-do stuff.
I hope that's never a topic.
Honestly. Well, you never know.
Unless it's like, what the hell's wrong with
If something happens
people?
in the news that involves furries, you know, we'll put that on the back burner. Like, and by back burner, I mean like in someone else's kitchen. I want to be as far away from me as possible.
I don't want it.
But yeah, sports games never got. First-person shooters, I got a love-hate thing with.
Mm-hmm.
I like a good RPG. I like a good strategy game. New Fire Emblem comes out this Friday, actually. Well, it's not new. It's a remake of one of the old ones. But I'm excited for that. I don't know.
Yeah.
We got E3 in like 3 weeks.
It's like 3 weeks now, yeah.
Something like that. Is there anything there you're looking forward to?
I'm just going to say I don't really follow E3 just because I've been let down in the past too much. I'm not really going to have much to say on this topic.
He's an abused spouse who's not coming back. but we know when it comes up,
right?
He's going to like poke into E3 and be like, how are you doing? You doing okay? Oh, that looks neat. And he's just going to come crawling back. As soon as I text you and say something cool's happening, you're going to be like, oh, what?
What?
They're making Halo versus Gears of War. I don't know what's up. They're making Call of Duty versus Battlefield. Like,
that would be an impressive game.
It would just be one. You couldn't tell which game was which. Nope. It would just be a shooter.
Well, one guy would have there with an AK, the other guy would have a Leviathan tank or something.
A laser rifle. I don't know. So you're not interested.
I just don't know any. I'm interested. I just don't know anything. Unless something
cool happens, you just don't care. Yeah.
Sure.
I'm kind of in the same boat. I'm not like I got 5 things that I want. 4 of them are things that I already know are coming out. I want more info on the Final Fantasy VII remake, because I've played and beaten Final Fantasy VII, but it has Final Fantasy XV's combat system, and I think that actually sounds kind of cool. Dissidia Final Fantasy. I don't know if you guys know what Dissidia Final Fantasy is. Take the main character from every Final Fantasy and the main villain from every Final Fantasy, put them in a 3D fighting game.
Cool.
That's Dissidia Final Fantasy. We had 2 of them on the PSP, and then a couple years ago, Japan got a beautiful one, but it's arcade only. But they announced a few months ago that they're going to put it on the PS4 sometime in the near future. So I'm hoping we get something with that. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite comes out September. So I'm hoping... we only know, like, 6 characters. Well, we know more than that, but we don't know a lot of characters yet. And a lot of them are returning ones. I'm hoping for some more character reveals. I'm fingers crossed for Ant-Man, because I have reason to believe Ant-Man's in the game for reasons I won't get into. New Fire Emblem stuff. We got new Fire Emblem being developed for the Switch. And Fire Emblem Warriors, which we played Hyrule Warriors. It's Destiny Warriors, but Zelda. They're making one for Fire Emblem. So I'm excited for that. The only thing that I have no confirmation of that I hope they do is if the Nintendo Direct has no info on a new Metroid, you won't hear me on this podcast anymore. Because I'll be dead in a bathtub. So I'm going to be dead. I'm going to David Carradine myself.
So Nintendo is holding their cards pretty close on this Direct.
They are. They've only mentioned Mario.
They've only mentioned Mario, so we only know that Mario Odyssey will be playable at E3. So we'll get an idea of what that game will be like. And
hopefully cool. It looks cool.
Hopefully it looks interesting.
It looks like Mario 64.
Yeah.
But new.
Just with every possible...
And in New York.
Yeah. or other places. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see. Hopefully that's good. But otherwise, we're just going to speculate. And yes, while I would love to see another Metroid title, it's been too long. We need another one.
I don't count Other M, so yes, it's been a long time.
It's been a very long time.
Other M does not count.
You know how little sales they got on that game?
I don't even...
I think it was less than $1 million.
It's bad.
Yeah, it was not
It's
good.
a bad game.
Yeah. So, I mean, people were not happy
And
with
it did not do a service to Samus's character. That's when Samus started to get really sexy. And she became like kind of how Lara Croft is now.
I'm talking about the game we will not talk about.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Other M.
No, I mean the other one we're definitely not talking about.
Oh, Federation Force?
Yeah, that one.
That's not even a Metroid game.
That's not a Metroid game.
That's a collaborative shooter that they slap Metroid stuff onto.
They just branded it that, so you'll buy it. And that one sold less than $1 million. So
yeah, I think Other M did okay. It didn't do great because it was a Metroid and Prime. It was coming off the popularity of the Prime series.
Right.
But it was... So gameplay was okay. Story-wise, it was shit.
Any Metroid game, just a Metroid game, would be nice to
see. Seriously, just put Samus on the Switch.
Now here, I'll give you a little bit of hope, Seth. I think with... Hang on, first we're going to be interrupted by a kitty.
She's very loud.
Meow.
It's our producer. She does not like how long we've been going. No. I guess. I don't know.
She needs attention.
She's just like, time. I don't care.
I will give you, Seth, I'll give you a little bit of hope for the future.
Please.
I do think we will see a Metroid title in the future. The question is, will it be on the Switch? I think you have a good chance of seeing it on the Switch, actually.
I think it'll be on the Switch.
Now, the thing is, we didn't see any F-Zeros or...
F-Zero's gone.
Was there even a... I know that's actually probably true.
We got Fast RMX now.
We have Fast RMX, and we had F-Zero tracks in Mario Kart. So we have to wonder if it'll ever come back.
I think F-Zero's dead.
But
he's a Smash
was
character.
there even an Animal Crossing on the Wii U? I don't think there was.
It was on the 3DS.
It was on the 3DS.
Well, there was like a Mario Party, but it was Animal Crossing. Did that ever actually come out?
I think it did. It was like with like Amiibo.
Yeah,
that's not really.
It was
that
Animal
really,
Crossing
it was like
Mario Party.
It was like a Mario Party game.
It was.
That wasn't a real. I think you'll definitely see an Animal Crossing on the Switch, and I think you may see a Metroid. Maybe you'll see something else like that on the Switch. I think the reason simply is the Wii U's sales were really poor.
They were.
Like from the beginning, like from the outset.
It wasn't marketed well.
It was not marketed well.
I had all kinds of people be like, "It's just a new controller for the Wii, right?" And even at the beginning, I honestly was like, "I don't know."
You're right.
Like for the first week that it got announced, I'm like,
sure.
I don't really know.
They certainly did not market it very well, and I think that it kind of showed that they were looking to the future because they kept talking about, well, the next console. Like they did a very early on reveal of talking about the Switch, not really calling it the Switch, of course. They were calling it the NX at that time.
That's right. That was
so they were teasing the new console really early on in the life of the Wii U. So that tells you that they were hoping for the next console. And I think that it's very likely they were developing games for the next console and were just saving things that they may have been able to put on the Wii U, and we're just saving it for the Switch.
That's why the Wii U had a bunch of like remakes and stuff.
That's right. There were a lot of,
or just a lot of downloadable things. Like there was.
Wii
U doesn't have the greatest
Wii
library.
U was a lot of Virtual Console titles.
It really was.
I have a lot of them on there.
It was there for Smash 4 and downloading things.
Yes,
and,
even Smash 4.
Bayonetta.
See, and Seth, by the way, that's another good example. Smash 4 even.
Yeah.
They initially were going to have it be on the Wii U, then they also revealed it would be a 3DS title, and then which one got released first? The 3DS title.
Yeah.
So they could then later say, oh, well, I'm sorry, I guess we cannibalized our sales of the 3DS game, so I guess it won't sell well on the Wii U, right?
Aww.
So it's kind of a cover their ass to
conspiracy.
Say, because the Wii U didn't sell very well, we can just argue that it didn't sell because of the other thing.
How mysterious.
They were kind of trying to, I think kind of give themselves a bit of some slack on that. But no, so I mean, it seems pretty clear to me that they weren't going to make anything really groundbreaking on the Wii U, just because on sales alone they weren't going to sell very many. But with the Switch, that's not the case.
Yeah.
They actually have sold quite a few units on the Switch now, and I think you'll see games like a Metroid come out.
All their big things are going.
All the big things will come out.
I mean, we got Zelda as a launch. We got Mario information. Like, they're coming out swinging with their big titles.
And if you think about it,
even new stuff like Splatoon, that's a new IP. That's going to be huge. I think ARMS is going to sell really well. I think ARMS looks fun.
That's right. A lot of these look really fun, and I think that this is just the beginning.
Square Enix has some games coming out on it, like some new titles and stuff. Like all the big companies, like even Skyrim's getting ported to it, which I still think is dumb. Cause
I think it's kind of an out.
I don't know who, unless it's like young kids who've never played it before. Like everyone has played Skyrim. Like everyone who would buy Skyrim has played
it already.
And Skyrim already got a re-release, like last winter or something, with all like the stuff on it, like it was a remake or whatever. Like this, stop it with Skyrim.
I do think that you'll see
Oblivion was better.
You'll see some games you'll want to play on the Switch coming out.
Definitely.
And it'll be good. It'll save Nintendo. I think.
Do you guys want to do that, or you just want to go to our final thing? Because we're an hour in here.
We'll save it for the next one.
I mean, do you want to do the next one, or do you just want to do this and then close and just save that?
Let's save it.
You want to save it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I guess it's that time of the night where Derek.
Oh God.
You know, I told you we were gonna do it every week.
Yeah.
You got some beer in you. Maybe that'll help release some of your. You got one Corona. Maybe that'll be enough for you.
Well, I drank it an hour ago, so
you had one Corona.
It's out of me at this point.
An hour ago, so maybe it'll be okay. As we said last week, we got to find you a woman.
Yeah.
We got to find you a lady. Clearly, my efforts last week bore no fruit, considering one of them was a man.
Yeah.
But
unfortunately, the one
you
I
didn't
picked.
get any calls, did you, Derek?
No.
No tweets,
nope.
No emails, nothing, huh?
No. Well, I haven't checked Twitter, but I've just assumed no.
I check our Twitter almost every day.
So
you got
no.
nothing.
Okay.
But, well, good. Because guess what? I got 3 more for you.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to lead this in by saying I promise you, to the best of my knowledge, not all of these were written by women, but they do involve being with a woman.
Oh.
So we'll sort of, all right. So this is Finding Love on Craigslist. You ready?
Just before you start, are we talking XX woman, not like
what
chromosome? She was born a woman.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
go continue.
Yes, there is a
I'm just saying.
What is known as a homegrown vagina.
An egg producing plant.
It would, egg producing plants. Is that what you said?
Do you want to fuck a flower, Derek?
No. Yeah. I hate flowers.
You want to put your stamen? I'm trying to use the Mac mouse on my laptop again.
It's his PD Piranha lust coming out.
I told you he loves that. we knew you love that flower.
Yeah, that was a secret.
Okay, here we go.
I just didn't want to beat it. Here we go. In love with it.
Option 1. Golden sprinkler.
Oh my God.
I'm a beautiful brown-skinned queen who works a lot, and I'm going to be off tonight, and I'm looking for a big dick in all caps to squirt on. Must be DD-free, so drugs and disease-free, as I am and can prove it. You must know how to eat kitty good.
Oh.
Tell you have 3 cats. I'm so horny. Please send pic. No pic, no response. Must be ready to voice verify, and I'll be waiting to hear from you. So
I don't like the title.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, if she just said big dick to squirt on, that can mean anything. But the fact that it said golden sprinkler,
I was expecting.
I think she wants to pee on you.
Yeah.
I think someone wants to pee on you.
I was expecting that.
From what it calls here, brown skin queen. I assume by queen they don't mean
Now, does she mean brown skin, like Central America brown skin, or black?
You would have to contact her.
I guess so.
I don't know if this is a surprise to you. I did not contact these people. So
I'm just trying to figure if she has a photo of any kind.
No, I avoid the ones with pics just because of
fair.
Last time.
That's fair.
Not last time we went, the last practice round, yeah. We saw a lot of dude ass, and it was bad. I'm trying to use the mouse again. So that's option 1. Golden Sprinkler.
Sure.
Oh, and it says age 35.
35.
That's the only information. This one, I thought was I went to a new section. I went to MW4M.
Okay.
If you can put those letters
I got
together.
It. Yeah,
it says, make my wife feel sexy again.
Oh, man.
It gets worse. It's a big paragraph. This is my second time placing this personal ad, so I am trying it again.
There was no response the first time.
First thing is what I am looking for is that you must be very clean and well-mannered male or couple of any age and any race. You're a male of any race.
I am a male of any age and any race.
Yeah, so there you go. You are alive. But most importantly, you must have an absolute obsession, a craving, a fetish for older, mature women.
Oh.
My wife is 60 years young
Whoa.
and doesn't feel like she is sexy anymore. I believe she is still very sexy, but older in her body, although it is not what it used to be, or used to me. It is not what it used to me. It's still able to give great sexual gratification. She has played somewhat in her earlier years, and I did watch her with another man some years back, and I would love so much to see that happen again. So there will have to be a friendship develop with me first to make sure you're the right person with her. So you have to hang out with this guy, first of all. Maybe he'll take you to McDonald's. I don't know.
Yeah, buy me a Happy Meal and, you know.
We're good.
Considering the age, you might go to Golden Corral, actually.
Maybe.
Golden Corral!
Going there.
We're going to be at Golden Corral. Oh, you open that can of worms.
Oh, yeah.
I know this won't be really easy, but if she is treated and flirted with and made to feel sexy again, I believe she'll respond very well. Now, I know that this is a request that will only appeal to a small few, but it is what it is, and I will take no less. Also, to make this work, you must be extremely well hung, 8 inches or more and thick. Most people don't want to put in the work to get the prize, but that is the way it must be. Thanks, and hope to hear from the few that crave older white married women and can tell me how you can get it done. You're done at Golden Corral.
Cracker Barrel.
So basically, this guy is giving,
which is next to Golden Corral.
This guy is giving permission to attempt to woo the wife.
And then bang her.
But there's not even like does she even know? Like, first off, does she have any idea that he's done this?
Doesn't say.
I didn't come across that way.
I mean, I assume she has to be cool with it. I'm hoping he's not like, surprise, here's a young dude. She's like, I don't feel like it.
I am 60, you know.
I don't understand. It's like, make her feel sexy again. I think why don't you bang her?
Yeah.
Like what is? Are you ugly?
Does she
think she can't get someone? Like, so that's option 2.
Okay.
Make my wife feel sick. Make America great again is what he's trying to say. This one, I will admit, was in the general one, so I don't know who or what wrote this. It could go either way. We can pretend.
Pretend it's a woman.
Title: Jack off into my glass of beer for me.
What?
I'm looking for a guy who is DDF and HWP to stroke off with my pint of beer right in front of you. If you like, you can watch porn or have me help you get off, but that's up to you. When you're ready to nut, you shoot your cum in my beer. And here's the best part that made me want to do this. I want to drink it and get a milk mustache. For real here. So if you are too, get at me. We can kick, chat, text, but I'd really like to do this soon.
I don't.
And so let's recap.
No.
Let's recap.
Wow, these are all really great options.
I thought I did a good job this week. I got all different ones. So here are your options.
You did good on the fact that I don't like any of them.
Yeah, that was kind of what I was thinking. So here are your options. Pissed on, Golden Sprinkler. You know to eat kitty. Hopefully before she pisses on you.
Probably after, because she wrote it second.
Make my wife feel sad. So banging an old married woman. Or jack off into the beer, and then they get a milk mustache. Here is one advantage. The beer one, you don't have to have sex with anyone.
This is true.
You just got to stand there awkwardly.
Yeah.
I can just imagine when I picture this in my head, and I like to think that I didn't. I can picture someone like in a dimly, like they're in like a den, like in their house, like in a big poofy armchair, and the only lighting in the room is the TV that's in like a wood cabinet, and he's like watching like 60 minutes or something. I don't know why.
So it became
or
a he.
So let's just say it's a he. Let's just say it's a he.
In my brain, it's a he.
Let's not say it's a he.
Again, this was, if you just click casual encounters, it just takes you to everything.
Yeah.
And some of them don't say men for women, men for men, or whatever. Like, so
It's
this could be a woman who likes beer.
Don't know.
The reason why I want to make this one a guy is because I want Derek to really think about the other two. Okay.
I want you to think about this one.
Because you can't take the easy way out on this one. You gotta really think about
this still
these two.
isn't an easy way out.
I don't think there's any way that's an easy way out.
Even if this is a woman, you're still
ones.
sitting in a dimly lit, and she's sitting and she's just like not even looking at you. She's holding her pint. You're just sitting there like,
yeah.
Just it's like, okay, bring me your cup, and she just goes, and then just like. That's what I like to pick. Is like not a guy with a bushy mustache who just like a woman who just has like this big foamy mustache on her face.
If it was though.
If what was?
If it was a man, what about the other two? You have to think about those two still.
Nah, think of it. Think about all three. You're with a woman, no matter what. One of them just has to make friends with a husband, which is a little weird.
It is weird.
But imagine
however,
they're all women.
And I've been thinking about the second option is kind of weighing on my mind a little, just because I'm thinking, what if you could get some money out of this? Because he sounds like he's willing to kind of.
He sounds desperate.
Yeah.
He sounds like he might pay you.
He might.
You might pay.
I might get $1,000 out of this.
Okay, I don't know if
He might give you like $20.
Yeah. Oh, a grand. Grant.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Send me back to college.
Yeah. What? Hey, I need to finish up my last semester at school.
Yeah.
So,
let's just call
how
it
about
even.
I bang your old wife?
We'll just
and
say that's square.
You co-sign for my Sally Mae loan.
He better be paid. It ain't gonna co-sign. You better pay that.
You better pay my loan, buddy. I want a loan in full. You're gonna go down me to the tuition window in the main building.
You're paying it in cash.
Sign that check, boy. I want cash in a manila envelope in my car today.
I want it labeled sex money.
Sex money. And you hold it up in front of the window like,
go.
Yeah, I did.
I earned this.
Women strip to pay for college. Why can't I bang old ladies?
I mean, come on.
That's a double standard. That's
is.
not cool. We'll talk about that.
That is the only reason I would consider number 2.
Okay. What about Golden Sprinkler?
There was never a mention of Golden Shower in the ad. Am I wrong?
It
just
said,
the title.
It said Golden Sprinkler. What she said was big dick to squirt on, which again can mean two different things.
Yeah.
It can just mean a high buildup of vaginal juices during an orgasm.
It can.
It can also mean she wants to piss on you during sex.
It probably means that.
Most likely,
considering
that's
the title
what it
says
is.
Golden Sprinkler, yes, I'm going to
means.
assume she wants to pee on you.
Yeah.
It's just a little pee.
So what's wrong with that one?
You pee every day. I assume. I assume.
Typically on a
I don't know your urination schedule, but I assume it is at least once a day.
Most often.
Otherwise, you need to go get your prostate. We're gonna podcast you getting a prostate exam.
Is it the other way around with the prostate problem? You pee too much? I thought it was that.
No, if your prostate's enlarged, you can like cut off the flow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it can also be the other way around too.
They can be both.
If you pee too much.
But once it gets too enlarged, you basically don't pee as much as you should.
So you need to be in like a ballpark of.
It's a bladder problem of some kind.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
But here's the thing: she doesn't have a prostate, so we don't have to worry about that.
Don't have to worry about it.
So, and then option 3, awkwardly jack off into someone's beer and they drink it. And here's the thing: you go there.
Yeah.
You don't get paid.
Nope.
You have to do the work yourself.
Yep.
And then they drink the beer.
I'm not getting
much
out of this.
What do you get out of this?
I'm really not getting much out of that.
You can jack off into beer here.
I can do that myself. I'm
Corona
not going to drink
tastes
it.
like you did.
I'm not going to drink it,
Corona
but, you know.
tastes like shit. I don't know. Cum might make it better. Like, it's so bad. We'll do that next week. It'll be my own semen. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, God.
You have to guess which one has it.
Oh, guess the semen. It's gonna be the one with semen in it.
Right.
That's how I'm gonna know.
The one that didn't mix.
It's gonna be the one that's more full than the other. It's just settled it. Oh,
it'll give new meaning to the phrase head.
It's got the one that's. It's got the one that has sea monkeys in it. That's the one that has sperm in it. I have very large sperm. They go out single file. No.
So anyway, which one, Derek?
I don't know. I guess for reasons stated, I would lean towards 2, but
really,
kinda, yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought you were gonna go for the easy way out and jack off into the beer.
I at first was thinking that, but then I started thinking of what I could get out of this.
Is the ambiguous gender of the poster throwing you off?
No, it's not that. It's the guy that's pleading, and he said this is the second time.
He's
done this.
Shit. You're trying to do this goodness of your heart crap.
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah, that's what you're hinting
I'm trying to get
though.
more out of this. I'm trying to get stuff out of this here.
It sounded for a second he was like, this guy needs help.
By the way,
no, I don't give a shit about actually helping.
I'll bang your wife because I'm a good man.
No, don't take that. No, I did not mean that at all. I meant that he sounds desperate. This is his second time.
Here's one thing you have to consider, though. What if it turns into a three-way?
It won't.
He said he's watched before, so I don't think he involves himself. He could get a little frisky.
He might.
That is a risk.
He's really desperate, Derek. You know?
That is. He could say, like, I took you to Golden Corral. let me slip a pinky in there.
He's gonna make it a real Cracker Barrel.
He's gonna be like, yeah, ooh, weird. He's gonna be like, let me get that stinky pinky because I took you to Golden Corral. I would like to let everybody know we do follow Golden Corral on Twitter, and I apologize. We really want you to. There's the only sponsor I want is Golden Corral.
That would be so amazing.
This podcast is brought to you by Golden Corral. Let's get Jeff Foxworthy in here to record this one day. It. Jeff Foxworthy, tell us one of your best jokes. You might be a redneck if you eat at Golden Corral. You might be a redneck. Actually, you just are.
Pretty much.
Guys, let's go to Golden Corral for dinner.
Yeah, all you can eat.
Let's see
if
everything. They have I think they have cheap steaks on Mondays. I'm not even lying.
Really?
We'll look it up after this.
Yeah, you may as well.
They don't want to sit here and listen to us make dinner plans. Or do you?
I don't know.
Because technically Derek hasn't made a concrete decision yet.
I just said I'd lean towards number 2.
You're leaning toward it.
Fine, I'll pick number 2.
So you're locked in with number 2.
See, now I'm not. Last time you said this, nothing's changed.
I just need to know.
Earlier from today.
I just need to know for like administrative record-keeping purposes.
There's
you're locked
no
in with number 2.
record-keeping purposes.
You don't know what I do after this is all done.
For all you know, he jerks off to your option.
I got files.
Yeah.
That I write it down.
Let's go.
You're locked in with number 2. Audience, he's locked in with number 2.
So now what's wrong with number 2?
No, there's no twist. There's no twist.
There's no twist. No.
You don't get to find out.
I just want to. No, there is no twist. I'll let you look. I just wanted to make sure that you made an informed decision.
Oh, okay.
And so, like,
now he's going to contact them.
Yeah, that's why. It's because when we do like the grand finale, I have to make you pick from the ones you picked.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like you have to
It's
like
a group of 5.
We're gonna do like an We're gonna do like a bracket where you have to like narrow it down to the one.
See, if you're gonna do that, you should do the one I'd least pick, and then at the end make me have just.
It's 2 different brackets.
Oh.
It was gonna be the worst bracket and the best bracket, and you have to go to both of them.
Is this double elimination?
So you're gonna have to contact the best and the worst of all of them, and have to do it both in the same day.
Oh man!
Actually, you have to like do a group sex thing.
Okay.
So like Spump and the old lady, like you got to do those together and stuff.
It's got to be the same.
Yeah, it does. So once again, number 2 is what's serving you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something about the middle. He really likes it. First one's always shitty. Third one's always weird. The middle one, he's just like, that's the most tolerable.
I guess.
But the worst part about it is because you're doing it because you're a whore. You want to get paid.
Yeah. Essentially, I want to be the man whore of the group.
I want to get paid to bang your wife. I'm going to send him that and be like, my cousin wants to get paid to bang your wife.
Want paid for lay.
It was 3 days ago, so you better get on it.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah, because
he might post the third time.
He might just leave it up and get multiple takers and be like, 5 guys want to bang my wife?
He
Boom.
could.
We'll go eat at 5 guys. Just kidding. They're too expensive. But anyway, we've spent so much time talking about video games and just bullshitting.
And then sex.
And then jacking off and beer. We had some other stuff we wanted to get to. I think we're going to save it. It's nothing extremely timely.
Yeah.
So I think we're just going to...
part 3.
Yeah. Or we're going to do a part 3. It doesn't matter to me. But we're going to save it till next week. Doesn't matter to me. Good. It's already 6:30. Maybe it's time to start thinking about dinner. But I think we're just going to kill it here. We're going to go get some beers and have people jack off in them. I mean, we're not. I'm going to go put my face under...
you're drinking, though.
I'm going to put my face under the cheese fountain at Golden Corral.
Yeah.
Is what I'm going to do. Just kidding. But anyway, final thoughts, guys? You got anything? Don't jack off other people's beers. That's what I got.
That would be good.
Even as a joke. Especially as a joke. Don't do it seriously either, because that's just weird.
Mm-hmm.
Is that seriously what we're leaving them with, guys? Don't jack off in other people's beers. Look both ways before you cross the street.
I feel like that's a good thing.
We learned that Derek wants to cuck an older man.
You do.
No.
You're the bull.
Okay.
You prep the bull. You're the bull.
Am I?
You're Derek the Bull.
Derek the Bull.
That's your new name now. I hope it's not.
I hope it doesn't stick.
I'm gonna start calling you the Minotaur.
The Minotaur.
It's Derek the Minotaur.
Derek the Lionel.
Lionel. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna like
you upgrade from red to blue to
you're gonna shoot fireballs at her and charge at her and yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So final thoughts. Derek is a Lionel, and if you don't know what Lionel is, then he's a Minotaur.
Isn't the club called the Lionel Smasher?
Is
that wrong?
I think that's right. Yeah.
I think it's called
the
Lionel Smasher.
We got to counter this woman. I'm gonna counter this guy and be like, my cousin wants to give me the Lionel Smasher.
The Lionel Smasher.
And the guy's gonna be. I'm gonna like attached is a picture of a Lionel Smasher.
Yeah.
And this is a metaphor for his penis.
It's got 5,000 HP.
It does. His penis has a lot of hit points.
He's a stone talus.
Oh, gross.
It's weird.
It is weird, but it's also fun. I don't know. Anyway, so that's our final thought. It wasn't a thought.
Not really.
It was talking about Zelda penis stuff. I don't know. Anyway, I'm Seth.
I'm Derek.
I'm Bella.
And we'll see you next week.
Take care now.
Yep.